Right, first one of the day today, Sierra Sapphire Cosworth 4x4 that's just arrived with us. One owner car. I haven't HPI'd it yet, we'll do that shortly, but we've got some documentation there, and it's only got the one registered keeper. We've got 80,000 on the clock there. Dash all good, guys, that's all nice. Inside's okay, that's all nice. Carpets, mats, they're all there. Slight bit of discoloration on the seat, on the bolster there, as per normal. Other than that, all looks okay. The usual couple of bits of shrinkage on the trim, which I'll come to shortly, but nice in the door, shuts there. VIN number there. Original door skin, I would suggest, on there, judging by that liner sealer. These are the couple of little bits of shrinkage, guys, the usual bits there. There's a couple of bits as we go round. Again, I would suggest that's an original skin on there, judging by the finish of the sealer. Good in the shuts. That door card's okay. I will just open the bonnet and the boot and the petrol flap, hopefully. Petrol flap. Got a lot to see in there. Did that boot thing open? I don't think it did. Do that in a minute. Supplied by Peacocks. We've got Peacocks on the plate still, front and rear. Peacocks on the sticker. Peacocks tax disc holder. Here we are, some notes that the owners made, so here we are. We'll go through these in a second. In fact, I'll just carry on inside. Nothing to report on the rear seat. There never normally is there? That's normally all quite good. Door shuts and things, that door card's good. Again, I would suggest that's probably original sealer on that door. Just starting to rub through on that wheel arch, so it must have caught it or polished it through there. Almost looks like it's been polished through. The arch itself is good. It's just gone through on that lip, but only very, very early surface stuff there, and a little bit of early surface stuff there. The rest of the arch is good. But anyway, we'll come to that as we go around. We've got an array of stickers on here, typical sort of 1990s stickers that you would find on a car. Again, good on the shuts. Fine on the carpets. No undue wear on the switches or anything there, centre console. And probably original sealer on there. I don't know, job to tell on there really. Job to tell on some of these sealers, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at that driver's door again. Some are super straight and nice, aren't they? Yeah, well, they're all pretty much the same. Bonnet, I think, has already been pulled. Oh, I missed the. I'll just go back again, guys. I mentioned about some shrinkage. Well, as you already know, they tend to shrink along the top of there, just starting to come undone there with a bit of heat, and shrinkage on there that you wouldn't believe it, would you? Some shrinkage on that pocket there. Now, the owner had some issues with the immobiliser. It's got an aftermarket towed alarm thing here, which personally I think I'd be encouraged to take off. There's a bit of shrinkage there that I mentioned that just now. That's where they tend to go, mainly where the heat comes in on there. So we've got the key fob, but he replaced the starter motor before sending it to us. The car hasn't done much at all in the last few years, so we managed to find another starter motor. The starter motor down there looks like it's a new one, judging by the solenoid, but he could have had no joy with it cranking on the key. So we've just got a little trigger feed here that we just dab on just to crank it up. So personally, I'd take that daft alarm thing off if it was mine, but anyhow, it's up to you guys. So we've got a build back there, another one there. Other than that, fuel looks fairly standard underneath here. We've got original wings. Have we got some date stamps on here somewhere? Oh, there we are. Here we've got a date stamp on that one there. That's just a little bit of gluey muck on there. We should have a date stamp around here somewhere. Yeah, there we are. Date stamp down there. That's more wax oil, guys, than anything else on there. There's a little bit of corrosion as far as like the crumbly acid things that you get on the terminals, but if you can just see there, I'm just scratching that off with a fingernail. That is 99% wax oil, old wax oil, historic wax oil down there. Other than that, looks to be on original lamps and lamp glasses. Everything else looks to be about right in there. A little bit of wax here and there, as you would expect. Original airbox. So that's nice and sound in there. Just a little bit of surface stuff just starting around the bonnet catch there. Other than that, the edge of the bonnet, that's all there. Right, we'll shut that down and we'll have a little look around the car. Right, around the lower sections, nothing to report on the bumper corner there. One or two little marks on the wheels. Wheel arch down the side. Jacking point cover missing, that's a shame. You need, I think there's two. You need a couple of jacking point covers. Arches are good. Just a little bit of surface stuff. Very, very, very early stages, but they haven't been done before, so that's nice. So you're not chasing around somebody else's there. Bumper, I would suggest, has been painted. Pick up a fair few chips from those wheels, don't they? Throwing it up. Smallest of little things there. It just wants T-cutting off. What we like underneath. I haven't looked underneath yet. Oh, that's nice underneath there. Nice sound, guys. That looks quite straight underneath there. That looks quite straight, doesn't it? Rear toe covers there. Little ding there, look, just above the badge. I think you'd get away with just touching that in, perhaps. And again, we already briefly touched on the wheel arch there, just early stages there on the rear edge, very early stages, once catching straight away, and it's just worn through on that leading edge there. Almost looks like the polish, like a machine polisher's maybe just taken that edge off there, I would suggest. And then we've got a jacking point cover missing on there. That trim just wants attaching back up there. Most of that will T-cut off that mark there. Front wheel arch good. And just little marks around the alloys, nothing major, but enough to warrant a refurb, obviously. Small ding there, just below the indicator. Original plate there on the front. And a handful of chips there you can see on the front flat edge of the bonnet there. Which is in keeping really with the mileage. It's an 80 odd thousand miles, so it's just going to pick up. If it hasn't had any, if it didn't have any chips, then it would have had some paint, wouldn't it? That's just surface stuff. That's easy. One or two chips on the mirror back in there as well. And then the usual little bit of swollenness on the rubbers there, but not too bad. A little bit in that corner. A little bit in that corner. And I think there's a little bit in the corner around here. Yeah. A little bit in the corner of the rear one there, and a very, very small bit in the corner there. Yeah, she's obviously been machine polished up at some point, which is what we want to rub through on that wheel arch. But other than that, gaps and all that are dead straight. She's a right level looking car. I suppose the nice thing about it is it hasn't been what we say got at, you know, it hasn't been made to try and look like something it's not. It's a right genuine looking thing. Now the owner's made some bullet points here. So we've got one registered keeper, first registered in December 1990, sold new by a chap called Keith at Peacock's in London. We've got the original bill of sale, some handbooks, owner's manual, service book and so forth. We've got all that. Original supply and dealer number plates, yes. Rear window sticker and tax code, yeah, I mentioned that. Original spec, yes. 80,000 miles with good history. Services at those mileages there, you can pause this and read that. We've got some comments on that. Original date stamp panels, yeah, we've been through that. Original Ford waffle mats, yes, been in storage since 2008. There you go. So that's a summary of the car, which I think is accurate. And then just before I started the video, I just laid out, because the wind's not so bad today, I just laid out, there we go, there's quite a lot of history. There's the original bill of sale. Yeah, he paid good money for it. Look, 23,760. They were knocking them out at 20,000 quid on the road at the end. Mine was only 20,000 quid. What did he part exchange? Or he part exchange a Sierra 4x4 for it, look, back in the day. So yeah, he paid good money for it, didn't it, really? Nearly 24,000 quid. And there's some early Peacocks, which are the supply and dealer in London invoices, but the firm called J&M Auto Services, there's loads there. There's loads of invoices. I haven't put them out in order. There's just to get, so you can get a feel for how many there are. The radio code, Peacock's card, Peacock's sun visor, Peacock's book pack. Then we've got obviously the usual booklets, blah 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 blah. MOT history there. There we are, Mr. Payne there, bought it new. So it all stacks up. It will be HPI'd obviously when the girls process all this shortly. So Peacocks originally, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got 6 Ford dealer stamps, and then we go on to J&M Auto Services, and they've looked after it for the majority of its life. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Last done at 79,000 miles back in 2008. So 12 stamps there, which is nice, all with the same company. So there's been some continuity there. So I think that sort of sums it up really, guys. It looks to be a real genuine car. There's 1 or 2 bits of shrinkage, as we just said, on the panels, which is quite normal. It sounds sweet enough. Wants a couple of jacking point covers, a little bit of paint. Well, that's easy because it's white. Sounds sweet enough. There's no smoke. It starts straight away. It came in on Saturday afternoon. We've moved it a couple of times. Every time I've gone to it, I've had to use a little trigger wire there, but as soon as I turned the ignition on, boom, dab the little trigger wire, boom, she started up. No rattles, no bangs, no smoke. So I think with a little bit of TLC, and only a little bit, just do these couple of little bits of paint work, the mirror backings, maybe just 1 or 2 touch-ins you could get away with, arguably, to be honest. Get the wheels refurbed. Just a typical nice genuine 1-owner car. You can see why people go for these low owner cars, because as a rule they're just not messed about with, are they? They haven't had, you know, all that messing. So looks quite a straight thing. Thanks.